Hello, everyone, and welcome to this year's Sport and Society Conference. This year, unfortunately, as you all know, the conference has to take place not in Granada, but in a virtual format due to the consequences of the spread of the COVID-19 virus. I am Jörg Krieger, and I am the chair of the Research Network Sport and Society, and I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of the advisory board of our network. First of all, I'd like to thank Common Ground, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to get the conference into this virtual space and to allow you to participate and present your work over the coming days. Another thank you goes to the organizers of the University of Granada that had originally worked to stage the Sport and Society Conference this year. I know very much what it means to have an event postponed, but you might already know that Granada will be hosting next year's conference in 2021, and hopefully that will give us all the chance to meet in Granada, in Spain, and have a wonderful conference in 2021. Now, we all know that the sporting industry, such as almost every other aspect of society, has been hit really, really hard by the corona crisis. The virus, and particularly the lockdown, has had an impact on the financial dimension of sport, the organizational dimension, but also, of course, social impacts that are related to sport. And I'm not only talking about elite sport, which was probably mainly affected by the move of the Olympic Games to next year, but also about the local levels or the children and youth sport, with our kids not being able to participate in their regular sporting activities. So I believe there's actually quite an outcome of research coming our way over the next years, and I have already seen that some of you have already conducted studies that will be presented in posters in the conference over the next days. There's much to talk about in the talking circles that are staged tomorrow, and I'm very much looking forward to them. I will participate in one of them, and hopefully we can already discuss certain ideas and research possibilities of the current crisis. But of course, we are also equally interested in everything else that you would like to discuss, Jan. The talking circles are a specific feature of the Sport and Society Conference that allows us to talk whatever you might have in mind, to have open discussions, and I very much look forward to discussing such topics with you. You might also be aware that as a research network, we have already been active in promoting research on sport and the corona crisis. Just recently, we have published a call for chapters for 2 books on sport and the corona crisis. One of the books will deal with sports approaching the actual lockdown, and the other one, for which the call is not published yet, will deal with the restart of sport and sort of the long-term impact of the corona crisis on the sporting industry. We received more than 120 abstracts for the first book, which shows that you have a lot of interest in this topic. It was a very, very competitive selection process, and we're looking forward to publishing the first book already at the end of the year. So you can see that the network itself, us as an advisory board, we are very much up to speed when it comes to the developments currently unfolding in sport and society. So that leaves me just with wishing you an enjoyable conference. I'm sure we can still call it conference. As mentioned earlier, the Common Ground team has done a tremendous job in organizing and setting up all the electronic platforms for us to allow to have this exchange, even though some of you are still in lockdown. Here in Denmark, the situation is much, much better. So I do not envy those of you that still are restricted in terms of them traveling or even returning to their workplaces. So please enjoy the conference, and hopefully we can have a fruitful exchange. And those of you that will participate in the European Talking Circle tomorrow, I look very much forward to meeting you there and discussing with you topics of interest. Bye for now.